Hey, Sophia. You know how sometimes you just feel off after an interaction? Like someone's thrown a little jab, but you can't quite put your finger on it? It's like, what was that?
Oh, Isabella, absolutely. That's exactly what we're talking about today. Passive-aggressive behavior. It's not just a feeling, it's a real pattern where people resist things indirectly, avoiding direct communication. It's those subtle digs, those backhanded compliments, the sarcasm, the silent treatment. It's everywhere, right? Friends, family, coworkers, online. The key, I think, is really recognizing these patterns because they can be super subtle and it varies so much from person to person.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Like, I've had friends who would forget to tag me in photos or, make a less than nice comment online, but then play it off as a joke. It's frustrating because you're left wondering if you're overreacting. So, how do you even begin to, spot it without, always feeling paranoid?
Well, first point, trust your gut, Your intuition is often right. But then pay attention to the specific characteristics. Is it backhanded compliments? Like, wow, that dress is so brave. I could never pull that off. Or procrastination? Or just general hidden insults. People often do this, I think, because they want to avoid direct conflict. Or maybe they just feel powerless to express what they really feel directly. And this is huge. Don't take the bait. Don't respond with passive-aggressive behavior yourself, because then you're just escalating it and you're reinforcing what they're doing.
Okay, that's a big one, not taking the bait. I mean, my first instinct is sometimes to fire back with my own little jab, right? So if you're not supposed to do that, then what's the next step? How do you actually address it productively? Right. So you want to address it promptly and privately. Passive-aggressive behavior, it just thrives on indirectness. So confronting it as soon as possible, ideally in a private one-on-one setting, that can really stop it from setting a negative tone. But the biggest thing, Isabella, is assertive, clear, and direct communication. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's powerful. You need to use I statements. Instead of, you always cancel on me, try, I feel hurt when you cancel our plans. Focus on your feelings, not on accusing them. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that makes so much sense. It shifts the focus from blaming to expressing your own experience. So what if they still try to dance around it, even with an I statement? Then you ask direct questions. You open the door for an honest conversation. Like, what do you mean by that? Or was that meant to be helpful? It puts the ball back in their court, forcing them to explain their remark instead of, just letting it hang there. And state your feelings clearly. Offer to solve the problem together. But the other critical part is setting clear boundaries. Communicate what behaviors are absolutely unacceptable and what the consequences will be. Be firm, be consistent in enforcing them. Don't try to change them, though, Isabella. You can only control your reactions. Boundaries. Yeah, that's tough, especially with people you care about. What about friends or family? It feels way more complicated there because of all the history, right?
Totally. Family dynamics are often a minefield. Silent treatments, backhanded compliments, guilt trips. With family, staying calm and not taking the bait is key. Call out the behavior directly if safe, like, that sounded like a criticism wrapped in a compliment. Also, try to be an active listener. Sometimes deeper insecurities fuel that behavior.
Wow, that's a lot of empathy for someone making you feel bad. It totally shifts my perspective. So after a tough talk, how do you protect yourself emotionally?
That's self-care, Isabella. After these interactions, process feelings and restore balance. Go for a walk, listen to music, talk to a trusted friend. If it's a chronic family issue, counseling helps foster healthier communication. With friends, if direct talks fail and they're consistently passive-aggressive, limiting interaction or stepping back protects your peace. It's tough, but sometimes crucial.
That's super helpful advice for personal relationships. But what about at work or even online? I feel like those are totally different environments with different unspoken rules.
You're absolutely right, Isabella.
Workplace passive aggression is often the tip of the iceberg, right? It comes from deeper issues. When you're dealing with a coworker, speak privately. Give concrete examples of the behavior, but don't use accusatory language and don't label them as passive aggressive. Just stick to the facts of what happened. Ask direct questions to open that conversation, and ensure expectations are enforced equally across the board, so there's no ambiguity for passive-aggressive behavior to exploit. If it doesn't improve, it's really important to consider speaking to a manager or HR. Document incidents, escalate if needed, and protect your mental health.
Documenting, that's a smart move. And online, it's like a whole other beast. How do you even recognize passive aggression when there's no body language, no tone of voice?
Yeah. Online, it can be subtle misunderstandings or downplaying your statements, or just a pattern of universal disagreement that seems targeted. The main thing is refuse to engage in that conflict cycle. Don't return passive-aggressive comments with more of the same. You need to confront respectfully and reflectively. Focus on the impact of their words, not on trying to prove their intent. Sometimes, one tactic is to disarm with politeness. Take their words at face value and respond politely, as if their sarcastic tone was genuine. It really throws them off. But if someone is consistently like that online, it might be best to limit engagement or unfollow them. Your peace, is important there too.
Disarming with politeness. Wow, that's kind of genius, actually. It's like you're not giving them the reaction they probably want. So at the end of the day, it sounds like a lot of this comes down to really taking care of ourselves through all of it.
Absolutely, Isabela. Self-care isn't just a nice to have. It's essential when you're navigating these tricky behaviors. When you're dealing with passive aggression, it can be emotionally draining. So creating a work-free zone when you clock out, venting to a trusted friend outside of work, or just taking time to do things that genuinely recharge you, these are all crucial for your mental and emotional well-being. It's about, knowing when to disengage. If despite all your efforts, the passive-aggressive behavior persists and just keeps negatively impacting your well-being, it's completely okay to limit contact or remove yourself from that conversation or, even the relationship itself.
Yeah, that's a powerful reminder. It's not about winning an argument or changing someone. It's about protecting your own peace and fostering clear communication where you can. So ultimately, it sounds like recognizing, communicating assertively, setting boundaries, and then, knowing when to step back are the big takeaways.
Exactly, Isabela. It's all about empowering yourself to navigate these encounters more effectively. You can't control what others do, but you can control your reactions and how you protect your emotional well-being. That's the real win right there, And it fosters clearer communication, which benefits everyone in the long run.
That's such a perfect note to end on, Sophia. This conversation has really given me so much to think about, and I hope it has for our listeners too.
Absolutely, Isabela. And we genuinely want to hear from all of you. Have you experienced this before? Drop it in the comments. We love hearing your stories and insights.
Yes, your experiences are so valuable to this community. And if you're wanting more, head to goodlifeguide.org for all the tools and resources and so much more. And please like and subscribe to keep the awareness growing and support what we do. You can find us on Pinterest and FB for more thought nuggets, YouTube for the full experience, or listen anywhere else you get your podcasts. We love this community so much. Thank you for joining us today, everyone. See you on the socials. Bye for now.